Everybody, September 7th, 2023, Thursday morning. I'm going to take a look at the Cosmodyne and show one use of the Cosmodyne chart. This is the ES on the 5-minute chart. Right now the Cosmodyne is set up to work on a 1-minute or a 5-minute. And you can see in the indicator itself we've got two plots. We've got the Cosmodyne main plot and then the inverted plot. So one of the ways to look at this is to look at this as an oscillation and take the minimums and maximums in the distance between the plots and then strike vertical lines and look for those to be possible pivot points. So I'm going to look at the day session. You can see I've marked some of these points in the overnight. The overnight can be a little erratic, but what we're looking at when we have a minimum oscillation or a maximum oscillation point. So right here, let's say right here where I have this line marked, this is a minimum, and then from here we move up to this maximum. So right here now we've got this maximum point. And you can see when we hit the minimum point, the market was trading down, came into that minimum point of oscillation, and then it stopped the downtrend and turned it up or turned it sideways. So it'll either reverse or it'll stop the advance or the decline, or if you're in a consolidation, it will start to advance or decline out of a consolidation. A lot of times the little bumps will also be trigger points, but the main larger ones are more reliable. You can see we hit this high right here. We kind of had a little bit of a broad top on the indicator, so we were a couple bars off the exact high. But when you see, looking forward, when you see these bigger points, you're going to get a decent turn. Like here early this morning at 4:40, this area of this low was at this Cosmodyne peak in its oscillation. This one here was just kind of a little bit of a minor move. We only got a 1-bar bump on the minimum, but that happens. We got a significant low here off of this peak in this max in the oscillation. And then these lines can also define trend at times, and you can follow that, and then a lot of times the trend will invert at these points that I have marked, and also at the crossover. Like right here is the only crossover we have on the chart that came about 7:15 this morning. But anyhow, if you look at this as an oscillation, we go from minimum to a maximum oscillation, and then we go from a maximum oscillation or gap between the lines to a minimum here. And I'm just going to draw a few of these just to show this. Just showing the minimum to maximum gap, and I'm using the upper line for direction. You can use either line for direction. But right here I'm just showing the maximum and minimums and how I mark those vertical lines to identify these potential pivot points. So that's kind of how you can use this. So you can use this by itself, but I prefer to use all the perfect storm timing tools together. So I will always look at the Vedic rainbow, set up the key time points. I'll get my key pH points, and then I'll come and fine tune that off the Cosmo, and you're going to get a lot of good potential areas to get your time down for potential pivots. And then I'll do my price calculations, and of course you always incorporate the pattern into the market for your trades. Anyhow, just want to show a little bit about that. One way to use the Cosmodynes.